Most people think you need a huge social following and thousands of dollars to start your own Skool community, when in fact you don't need any of those. Hey everyone, I'm Ivan and I grew my Skool community to over 120 members in just 100 days without any social media audience or thousands of dollars to start off with, and today I'm going to show you how you can do the same following my simple 5-step roadmap that I'm going to share with you in this video. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, the first step that we should be very clear on is what not to do. It's one thing to know what to do, but also it's great to know what to avoid. And what we should avoid at the beginning is to do mindless content without any direction whatsoever. Volume is a great thing, but quality has a quantity onto itself. This is a great quote that I love from Napoleon. But, but when you know at least what you're doing wrong, when you have some direction, it's great. But when you're starting out, just not knowing anything, it's something that can backfire because you will get burnt out and you will notice that you don't have any results. And we don't want that at the beginning. So don't just spam content for the sake of it. Be careful with it. Be mindful with the content that you put out in the beginning because it builds your reputation. It builds who you are. On Skool, on Instagram, on YouTube, it's all the same. It builds your reputation and you need to be clear on who you're helping first. And this brings me on to my second point, which is know your avatar. Know who you're serving. And then when you know your target audience, it's much easier for you. You need to get clear on who you're helping, and in order to do that the easiest way possible, just sit back for a second and think, okay, what has made me become who I am right now and helping people in this domain? If you are a fitness instructor, say to yourself, okay, who was I before I started out? Where was I? And just list those things out in a clear way with bullet points, and that's your target audience. Those are the traits that you need to seek for in people. Basically, you were out of shape, you couldn't move, you weren't athletic, you couldn't perform, and you decided to change those habits in order to become healthier. And that's how you decided to help people as well. And you look for people who have these specific traits, and this is your target audience. Those are the people that you need to help first. And you're sorted. That's the second step. Now you know who you're helping, and now we can move on to volume. We can move on to volume and putting out content aimed at those people specifically. That's your goal for now. You can start your community, put out posts, do YouTube videos, do Instagram videos, do TikTok, it doesn't matter. I recommend to do long form content because short form isn't good for converting people onto Skool, because they will join your community but then they won't engage, and that is another problem that you will face. And in order to avoid that, try to do long form videos on YouTube and good quality content on Skool as well, aimed at those people specifically. Now you can start to pump up the volume. You can do as many as you want, as many as you can humanly and physically do, and just seek feedback, improve, because we're not perfect. I'm not perfect, you're not perfect, nobody is perfect. We all need to improve, just our starting point is different, and that's it. But we all should seek feedback and get that feedback from people that we trust and also from strangers, and improve based on it. And this brings me on to my fourth point, which is how do you get your first members? Now, I do recommend to start with people that you know, or with friends, with family members, it doesn't matter, people that you are familiar with, to get that conversation going in the community, to set up the culture of the community first, and just to get a feel of what it's like to be a community owner. And then after you get these 2 or 3 people into the community, your job is to find 2 to 3 communities that are in a relatable topic to yours and just be valuable in these communities. And by valuable, I mean don't post so much, comment a lot, aim for at least 50 to 60 comments per day on these posts, and you will be good because people will notice you. when you're valuable and not just scanning through the post and saying, yeah, I love it, but you actually read the posts, you bring something to the table that's thoughtful, that's valuable, people will notice you and they will look at your about page, at your profile, and they will check out your community, and some of them will join. That's how I got my first members. And the first 10 are the hardest, believe me. It takes a lot of time. Some people get there quicker, but for me it took about 2 to 3 weeks, and it's painful. It's painful because you see people around you that are growing all the time, and that is the thing that I would advise you not to do. Don't compare yourselves to others. Compare yourself only to your previous version, because I've been guilty of doing this a lot, and this comparison is the theft of joy of being on Skool. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, who you were last week, and you will see how far you've come. Believe me, I'm sure you've grown a lot. So just compare yourself to your previous version and you will get those 10 members for sure. And it just takes a bit of time, a bit of practice. Find 2 to 3 communities that are valuable and similar to yours. Post and comment there a lot, connect with people, and you will get your first members organically from Skool, which is the best thing that you should do, because these people don't need onboarding that much. They already know the platform, they know how to comment, they know how to engage, and they are ready to connect and to bring something in the community. And that's how you build an engaged community from the start with people from Skool. And only then it's really beneficial to start pumping in people from YouTube as well, because some of them won't be familiar with Skool, and you will need to explain what Skool is, how it works, and it takes a bit more time and practice, and it's too much to handle when you're first starting out. So that's why I recommend to start from Skool. And the fifth point that I want to share with you is kind of elaborating on this one, but don't waste your time on ads to start off with. Start with engagement in other communities first, because ads are great to bring a lot of cold traffic, but you need to be proficient of how you onboard these people, otherwise your churn is going to skyrocket through the roof. You won't know what to do with these people, and it might sound like a great problem to have, to have so many members you don't know what to do, but at first when you're inexperienced, when you don't know what you're doing exactly, you kind of still learn how the Skool game works. It's not the best thing to have 50 people from the start from ads, because people from ads come in because of one single thing that they've seen from you. While people from Skool, they will come in because they've connected with you over time with comments and with posts that you've done, and they already kind of know you, they know your vibe, they know how you communicate with them, and this is where clear communication really breaks and shines through. Because you need to be a great communicator in order to grow on Skool. That is it. You need to have your speaking on point. What I did when I was first starting out, I used to do a lot of Loom videos instead of comments with just words, and I was just answering people in these videos and getting the conversation back to them with asking a few questions, and then they were replying to me, and I did another video, and it was just so much fun, and it was something that not a lot of people were doing, and that is how I got some great members to start off with. And that is how you decrease your churn before it even happens, because you already have people who are familiar with the platform, who know you, know the platform, how it works, and they just connect with you and bring some value to the table, and that's it. Nothing crazy. Ads can wait for later when you want to scale up your community, you have some crazy offer, you want to win the Skool games, but to start off with, just start with engagement. That's it. And I hope that you've gotten something out of this video. I hope that you can start tomorrow, even today, with your own community. It's not that hard. It's simple. You don't need a huge social following. You don't need an audience on YouTube. You don't need thousands of dollars. No. It's really simple, but we overcomplicate it a lot. And if you want more help on that, I just launched my new $1 Million messaging program, where I take you personally on this journey from creating your offer, clarifying what it is, helping you present it and market it the best way possible in an engaged Skool community in a 75% discount offer. Click the link below and book your spot, or just check out my free community on Skool, and I hope to see you there. And if you like this video, click subscribe, like, comment, and I will see you in the next one.